What's up, YouTube? It's JackalGoldKick. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why modern mainstream hip-hop still fucking sucks and why it's still trash as hell. I was going to do a 2022 edition or put this out in 2022, but I'm just going to record this now in 2021 and release it whenever I want to release it because I want to talk about this shit. You know, in general, yeah, it still sucks. You know, mainstream. I'm not going to say all because I think the independent scene is really good with rappers, but in terms of mainstream hip-hop and rap, it's still fucking sucks nowadays, and it's still fucking trash, just as it was trash 5 years ago and 10 years ago, with all the rapper rants you've seen in the past from all other YouTubers, all the rapper rants you've seen from me on my channel, and all that time, all the way to now. Mainstream hip-hop and rap is still fucking trash nowadays. It's still filled with a bunch of idiots who have no fucking skill, who have no talent, and they're fucking generic and they copy everybody else. They all have the same kind of topics, they all have the same kind of production, they're all the fucking same, and none of them are original, none of them are unique, none of them are creative, they're all the fucking same, and it's why mainstream modern hip-hop rap sucks nowadays and why it's fucking trash and why it's fucking garbage, and it still sucks nowadays, and it hasn't gotten any better because everybody wants to copy each other. Everybody wants to have the same kind of production, the same kind of look, the same kind of rap style, the same kind of lyrics. Everybody's the fucking same. Everybody's copying each other. Everybody's generic. Everybody's the same. The rap style, the looks, the music videos, the songs, the hooks, the beats, the lyrics, the rapping, everything is the exact same with all these motherfuckers in mainstream hip-hop, and it's why it sucks. And the subject matter is boring. It's the same old subject matter we've heard time and time again. Same song and dance, a braggadocious stuff, talking about cars, bitches, and all that stuff. It's boring, it's repetitive, it's the same old shit. And a lot of times, these motherfuckers ain't even rapping anymore. They're fucking singing. I've heard the radio before in the past where some rap songs will come on and the motherfuckers are singing. So a lot of times, they're not even singing anymore. And it's just bullshit, man. Mainstream hip-hop is trash nowadays. It is still fucking garbage nowadays. It's filled with a bunch of motherfuckers who don't really care about making rap music. They're just in this bitch for money, and they all have the same fucking style, all the same everything, and they all fucking suck, and they all have no skill, and they're all trash. Internet, underground, and independent rap is way better than mainstream hip-hop. If you want good hip-hop, and good rap, independent, underground, internet rap, that's where it's at. Because mainstream hip-hop rap nowadays fucking sucks, and it's trash as hell. Because it's filled with a bunch of motherfuckers who can't rap for shit, and they all copy each other, and they're all doing the exact same thing, and there's nobody pushing, you know, being innovative anymore. Hell, there's nobody really even pushing boundaries anymore like that either, you know? I remember the music industry back in the day, Eminem from hip-hop and Marilyn Manson from rock, those two artists back in the day, not only were they, you know, original and unique, unlike these new mainstream artists, but they actually push boundaries too. They piss the media off. They piss certain type of people off. That's another thing that's missing from music nowadays. I mean, what artists are you really going to remember from the mainstream nowadays, years from now, that's going to be a classic like Tupac or Eminem, who is really going to be able to push boundaries like a Marilyn Manson did or an Eminem did, you know, back in their era? You know, mainstream rap and hip-hop fucking sucks nowadays, and it's trash as hell. Just a bunch of motherfuckers doing the exact same thing, copying each other. They all sound the goddamn same, you know. And I want to say this. I do want to give updated thoughts on something, okay? When it comes to the subject matter, the kind of subject matter they talk about, I will admit there are some artists I listen to, like Millionaires and BOTDF and Deuce and stuff, that maybe talk about this topic a little bit. But I think the difference with those artists and the difference with these artists is with BOTDF and Deuce and maybe the other artists I listen to that maybe do have some similar topics to mainstream hip-hop with the braggadocious stuff is, while it is somewhat similar, I guess, that I want to admit to, maybe the reason I don't have an issue with it with them is because they do it in an interesting way and their music is different in that regard, and they still have, you know, different variety. Whereas these mainstream hip-hop artists, yeah, they have that same topic and they do the braggadocious stuff, but that's all they do. They don't have any other variety of topic, and they don't really do it in an interesting way or try to do it in a different way, and they don't really try to, you know, have a different music sound at least to it, you know? So yeah, I'll admit to that, you know. I just wanted to point that out because I don't want to come off as a hypocrite, but yeah, I'll admit to that. I do listen to some other artists like BOTF and Deuce and stuff that, you know, like, okay, like I'll admit, subject matter isn't everything. You know, at the end of the day, all I really care about with music is if the music is good and if the music is enjoyable or it's boring. That's all I care about. I'll admit that. That's all I care about. But I think on top of the mainstream hip-hop being really trash and boring, the repetitive, one-note, boring, you know, the way they do the subject matter, I think that's even worse in that regard, because with mainstream hip-hop, it already sucked because everybody has the same style and they're generic and they don't try to do anything different. or do anything different musically. So I think with their topic being the braggadocious thing, that makes that even worse and stick out as a bad thing when everything else sucks. I hope everybody gets where I'm coming from, explaining from there. But yeah, I just wanted to make another video about this. I talked about it in the past, but I decided to just drop another video about it again. Yeah, mainstream modern hip-hop rap still fucking sucks nowadays, and it still is fucking trash because a bunch of people in mainstream don't care about making music. They all just copy each other. They're all the exact same as each other. They're not different. They don't stand out, and none of them are unique. Whereas the independent underground scene's actually good. And like I said with the braggadocious stuff, I think the problem with them doing it is they don't do it in an interesting way. They don't have any other kind of topics, and their music isn't really that different. So the repetitive subject matter that so many other people do sticks out even worse as a sore thumb. Because like I said, I do listen to other artists and songs that I'll admit have similar topics and maybe subject matter to mainstream hip-hop, and I'll admit that because I don't want to come off as a hypocrite. But I think the difference with them is their music still is fun and different in some way, and they kind of do it in a different, interesting way, and they at least have other songs with some different topics, whereas all these mainstream rappers, that's all they talk about is the braggadocious stuff, and they don't do it in an interesting way, and they don't do it differently whatsoever. It's just garbage. So that's really all I have to say. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with the notification bell. That's it.